Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. So, before we begin, my name is Gargi. I'll be hosting the webinar on the topic like 97% of workplace accidents happen due to lack of training. And here is how like an AI is can change that. All right. So, before beginning the webinar, like, let me ask you a question. Like, when was the last time your employee was trained for a situation they didn't expect? Okay, so most workplace accidents don't happen because people are careless, but they happen because people are unprepared. So today's session, as I told, isn't about any blame. It's about rethinking how training really works in modern the workplaces. And I hope my screen is visible. Right. So the reality of workplace accidents, like workplace accidents usually aren't caused by careless employees. Most people truly want to do their job safely and go home without getting hurt. And the real issue is often a lack of preparedness. Many workers aren't trained well enough for real situations or especially unexpected or high pressure moments. Also, when something goes wrong, there is no time to stop and check a manual. So in those critical seconds, gaps in training becomes clear. So accidents are usually signs of problems in the training system, not problems with people. So recognizing this is the first step towards a real and lasting improvement. Okay. Now, how most organizations train today? So let's talk reality. Like most organizations still train employees in very traditional ways. New hires often receive a lot of information during their first week, but that training isn't never repeated or reinforced later. And safety training is usually limited to once a year videos that are outdated and watched only to meet compliance requirements. And important procedures are stored in PDFs or checklists that stay on shared devices and are rarely used when employees actually need them. So overall, training is focused more on ticking regulatory boxes than on changing real behavior or improving safety on the job. Now, the training completion versus training effectiveness. Now, here is the uncomfortable truth that is like training completion does not equal training effectiveness. That is, completion training does not mean employees are truly really ready. Like people forget information quickly. Like many studies show that employees can lose up to 70% of what they learned just a few days after training if it isn't reinforced. So this means even important safety steps can be forgotten. So one-time training creates a false sense of confidence. Like just because someone finished a course doesn't mean they will remember what to do when it really matters. So effective training needs regular refreshers and ongoing engagement. And also in a real life situation, preparation is tested under pressure. So if an employee completed training months ago but cannot remember emergency procedures during a crisis, then the training has not worked. And no matter how good the completion numbers look like. So I can understand like many of you can relate this situation. So the true cost of these kind of poor training, when something goes wrong, that forgotten training becomes a real world accident. So workplace accidents don't just impact metrics. Poor training comes at a very high cost, like workplace accidents lead to huge expenses every year, including compensation, downtime, and disruptions, especially in manufacturing, construction, and all. So injuries also cause many lot of workdays. Like when employees are hurt, production slows, teams are stretched, and projects fall behind. And on top of that, organization can face heavy legal penalties for safety violations, even before legal and settlement costs are added. But the most serious cost goes beyond money, like accidents cause pain, trauma, and sometimes loss of life. And behind every number is a real person, like a coworker, a friend, or a family member. So safety training is not just a compliance requirement, it is a moral responsibility. And when it fails, the human and business consequences are severe. Now, the hidden warning signs, like here is what more organizations miss. Like accidents are often predictable, but there are usually warning signs before an accident happens, but they often go unnoticed. Most workplace accidents don't come out of nowhere. They can often be predicted if organizations know like what to look for. Unfortunately, many lack the tools and insights needed to spot patterns early. So low participation in training is one clear signal. Like when employees skip content, rush through it, or barely interact it often means the training is not connecting with them. So another warning sign is uneven skills level. So when teams doing the same job perform very differently, it shows that training is not consistently building the skills everyone needs. And also many organizations also like have no clear view of learning gaps. So without a data or without any data, it's hard to know who needs extra help or which topics need to be reinforced. And finally, training often stops after onboarding, like employees receive no refreshers, updates, or chances to practice as real world situation change, like leaving them unprepared when it matters most. So the workforce has changed. Like today's employees have different expectations shaped by technology and modern work habits. So they prefer short, focused learning instead of long training sessions. So with shorter attention spans and training needs to deliver value quickly. And many workers also prefer learning on their smartphones using short breaks or downtime rather than sitting through long classroom sessions. And relevance is critical over here. Like generic training is often ignored, while content that is personalized and directly related to an employee's role get far more attention and engagement. So timing also matters. Like learning is most effective when it is available right when someone needs it, and not packed into a long session months in advice. And finally, like traditional training was built for a different time. And to truly work today, training must match how modern employees actually consume, apply, or remember information. So you over here you can see like a few points that make the difference, like old trainings and modern trainings. Like traditional training follows an old approach, of course, and the content is static and rarely updated. The same training is given to everyone, regardless of their role. Like learning usually happens only once, and the success is measured by whether someone completed the course or not. And training often reacts to accidents after they happen. So these all comes under old training. And when it comes to modern training, like it takes a very different approach. The content adapts based on how employees perform and where they struggle. And the training paths are personalized to each role and level of risk. The learning is ongoing with regular reinforcement over time. The focus is on building real skills and competence, not just completion. So, most importantly, modern learning aims to prevent incidents before they occur rather than responding after the fact. So this is not at all futuristic. This is already happening. I mean, currently happening. And this is exactly the gap we set out to solve. So what if like training could actually prevent accidents? Have you ever thought of that questions? Or have you any thought of that statement? So imagine a training system that goes beyond compliance and truly prepares employees for unexpected situations. Like effective modern safety training is tailored to each role and level of risk, and it uses smart technology to adjust content based on an employee's job experience and exposure to hazards. And training does not stop after one session. Knowledge is reinforced over time through short, focused lessons that help employees remember and apply what they have learned. And modern training also provides clear data-based insights, like organization can see skill gaps, engagement levels, and an overall readiness in real time across the entire workforce. And most importantly, this approach is proactive. Like instead of reacting after incidents happen, it helps identify and fix training gaps early by reducing risk before incidents occur. And the future of workplace safety is not about responding to accident. It is always about preventing them through smart and continuous learning. Now, here is where I have to introduce a platform, a training platform or an learning management system, SmartLearn. So this is basically an AI-powered platform designed to change safety training from a compliance task into a proactive way to prevent accidents. So it helps ensure employees are not just trained, but truly ready to handle a real situation. Like SmartLearn personalizes I'll just drag it. Yeah. So SmartLearn personalizes learning for each employee, like training adapts to their role, level of risk, and how quickly they can learn. And instead of one-time sessions, SmartLearn reinforces learning over time, like short, focused lessons help employees remember and apply what they have learned. And this platform also provides clear real-time insights. So organizations can easily see skill gaps and performance trends across the workforce. And most importantly, SmartLearn helps prevent problems before they happen. It shifts safety trainings from reacting after incidents to predicting and avoiding them through intelligent and ongoing learning. So SmartLearn is more than LMS. Like SmartLearn is more than a traditional LMS is what we meant. It goes beyond basic training delivery by using advanced AI and data analytics to truly improve safety trainings. And SmartLearn personalizes learning for every employee, as I told before, like each person gets a learning path based on their role, skill level, and current risk exposure. So learning path is basically the training path that they have to follow within the given specific time period. And training happens through short, focused lessons that continue over time. So this helps employees remember information better and adapt to change situation as well. And SmartLearn also provides clear, actionable insights. Like organization can see skill gaps, engagement levels, and readiness across the workforce, as we discussed earlier, and going far beyond simple course completion reports. All right. Now, how SmartLearn works. So SmartLearn actually keeps a complete audit trail, allowing organization to track both user activity and administrative, like admin actions. And it has also a feature like micro learning with engaging 2D animated content to reinforce critical safety skills in a simple and effective way. And the platform also helps managers identify skill gaps before they lead to mistake or injuries, as it has a feature called report feature. And then SmartLearn also tracks employee performance through detailed reports and certification, like by giving a clear visibility into learning, progress, and compliance. Now, SmartLearn in action, like we can see some real world use cases, like in construction, SmartLearn delivers scenarios based safety trainings and short pre-shifted refreshers. Like this helps workers stay alert and prepared, leading to fewer on-site incidents. And in manufacturing, the platform supports equipment specific training and faster onboarding, like employees learn the right procedures quickly, reducing operational errors. And in healthcare, SmartLearn reinforces critical protocols and supports continuous compliance. So ongoing learning helps staff follow like the best practices, improving overall patient safety. And other than healthcare, we can also like we also focus on aviations, then oil and gas companies, and many more. From reactive to proactive safety, like this is not just a compliance goal, but the goal is like the confidence and preparedness. Like regulations are getting stricter, as you know, like work environments are getting complex, and the cost of inaction is rising. So the real question is no longer like, do we need training? That is not the real question, but the real question is our training actually working? So smart organizations are moving from reactive safety to proactive prevention, static training to intelligent learning, and compliance driven to performance driven. So safety is no longer about reacting after something goes wrong. You know that it's about preventing incidents before they happen. So this shift moves organization from incident response to incident prevention, and it replaces static one-time learning with intelligent learning that adapts and improves over time. And instead of focusing only on compliance, it builds real confidence, like confidence that employees know what to do when it matters the most. And proactive safety is not just a new approach, it is a new way of thinking. So today wasn't about selling a software. It was all about rethinking how learning protects people. So if the session made you a question like how effective your current training really is, or whether your teams are truly prepared, or how technology can reduce risk, then I believe this conversation shouldn't end here. So we would love to walk you through our real use cases and show you what SmartLearn fits your how to how the SmartLearn fits your industry, and explore how AI driven learning can improve your safety outcomes. So if you want a demo or a walkthrough through our platform, we are happy to have a date according to your convenience, and please let us know. Thank you for your time and for caring about safer workplace.